The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry held a private sector economic forum on September the 19th to review the economic agenda of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. In his opening remarks, Dr. Michael Olawale Cole, president of the LCCI, lamented the impact of oil theft on Nigeria and wondered out loud who is behind it.
The Nigerian economy has been inundated with a myriad of problems, among which we all know things like the oil theft. And we're asking questions at the chamber. Why is it impossible for government to resolve this issue of oil theft? We are losing billions regularly, and we are not doing too much to recover that. And we decide to fund governance through borrowing. Why can't we attack, as far as possible, what we can do to get this oil theft money back into the hands of government, as it was before? Are we saying those who are behind the oil theft are more powerful than government? I'm sure the question is no, except if those who are in government or some government agencies are part of those who are involved, which I don't believe, but people are saying it is. But the fact that nothing is happening in this area make people to think that I'm wrong.
Dr. Ayo Teriba, economist and chair of the LCCI Economic and Statistics Committee, laid out the points he wanted Peter Obi to address.
Citizens yearn for the attainment of each of four economic outcomes. Number one, liquidity. The second concern of the populace is stability. The fourth concern is growth. For example, of income, of exports, of employment, of prosperity, of equality. And the fourth fundamental desire of the populace is harmony.
Peter Obi said insecurity would be his first order of priority if he becomes president.
And aggressively deal with this issue of security. Insecurity is number one thing that is impacting Nigerian economic growth today. And you need to deal with it as quickly as possible. But I assure you, when I said I'm going to be in charge, that is stops on my desk, we will deal with it decisively.
He also said multi-level policing aided by technology would be part of his administration.
You need to overhaul the entire security architecture. Having multi-level policing, federal, state, community. Train them properly, equip them properly, and provide them with modern gadgets. It is there. You cannot tell me today that anybody can say that somebody is kidnapped, kept somewhere, and they're using phone to negotiate with his family. In this time and age, if he's sick, they even invite doctor to go and treat him, but police doesn't know where they are. Forget it. We are not going to take that.
The Labour Party presidential candidate answered Dr. Olawale Cole's open question on the culprits behind oil theft, saying people in government are behind it.
Issue of oil theft. Who is stealing oil? People in government. Period. Nobody here can steal oil. Nobody here can steal oil. For you to steal oil, a ship has to come in and load it, and Navy has to approve it. So it's simple. There's no way under my watch we will not find solution to oil theft.
Peter Obi also said fuel subsidies are riddled with corruption, something he would address. And he also said that refineries were the answer to Nigeria's issues and they should be sold crude oil in Naira.
50% of the subsidy is corruption. that will be dealt with decisively. Two is that we will aggressively start immediately the issue of any way you can to ensure local refining through modular, through all forms of this. We are oil producing country. Supplied in crude in naira. They refine it for the basic consumption. I've said before, we have to stop dollarization of our economy, especially domestic economy. Under my watch, the emphasis on dollar, if you must operate here, you must charge naira. On
power, Peter Obi said he would liberalize transmission in Nigeria.
For me, the first thing I will do is to ensure power is, one is to liberalize transmission. Dedicated gas supply, which is part of their problem today, gas to power, ensure that the generation, transmission and distribution is properly aligned, have clear certainty of policy and regulatory environment.
On the exchange rate, Peter Obi said its management amounted to fiscal recklessness and provided his solution to stabilizing the exchange rate.
It's fiscal recklessness because what you're doing, expensive money, you're printing money to pay for subsidy. If you remove that and remove borrowing for consumption, you stabilize and aggressively go into what I said, moving the country from consumption to production, you stabilize your rates.
On a question of underutilized assets, Peter Obi said he would install an asset registry.
We're going to have asset registry. These are some of the things we want to deal with as quickly as possible. So we know the assets of the country and ensure that they all put into production. Remember that I said we're going to move it from consumption to production. All assets must be productive. No assets will again, and I can tell you to make it productive, we are going to remove it from government to private sector driven. I'm not talking about transactional private sector driven, genuine private sector driven.
On tax and duty waivers given to corporations, which Ayo Teriba said amounts to 6 trillion naira in 2023, Peter Obi said his administration would review their economic importance.
All duty waiver, if at all is going to happen, must be clearly defined to impact positively on the people, not for anybody's benefit.
Peter Obi also addressed his decision not to provide a written manifesto.
When I was invited for this, I was asked to come and present my plans. And I remember calling the DG and saying, DG, I don't want to present my plans because it is easy for me to sit down and get some experts, which are all over the place, to write something that I'm going to come and present. It's easy for me to also allow people, because every time now and then, people say, let your spokespeople speak. I say, no. This time around, we want the candidate to speak. Everybody here is taking what I'm saying.
Finally, Peter Obi closed his interactive session saying integrity in a president is the key to bringing in foreign direct investment.
You were talking about liquidity issues. If you have a country that is secured and you deal with intangible assets of rule of law, law and order, deal with issues of regulatory environment, deal with corruption, there's money all over the world. They will throw money at you. Once they are sure that the person who is managing the public resources is a person of integrity,
The election season is heating up, and the Nigerian economy is on the front burner. The Nigerian people will continue to pay attention and dissect the plans and proposals of the candidates hoping to steer Africa's largest economy towards prosperity. Rodos Odiri, Arise News.